Here's to answer your question, Brian. No, there was an agenda sent out. So I did stop in at the legislative meeting. So if you were at that meeting, you probably won't hear much different. I'm guessing this meeting will probably be pretty short. I don't have a lot really to update everyone on, except for that it's Tuesday, it's not Monday anymore, which is always good. So looks like I think everything's on. Yep, the last of them are on. Sorry about that. We had a few that were struggling. All right. So just a few changes at NDOT. What was that? Okay. So just a few changes at NDOT. So many of you know that Val has retired. We have just recently hired on someone to replace her. His name's Adam. He will begin on March 23rd. So June's going to assess who's got which subrecipients. So if you did have Val, you'll probably see an email come across from June once we get Adam started. For those of you who you probably already met her because she's been reviewing your invoices, we did hire Linda's replacement. So Teresa Miller's on this call. So she is she's backfilled her position. So she's been working with many of you. So those two reviewer positions are now filled. And then we are in the process still of backfilling Carly's and then George's position as well. So our fingers are crossed that we will get those filled soon. But that's kind of where we are right now. In addition to that, Cohen is still out of the office. I'm hoping he'll be back this week, but I'm not sure of that. So just given the situation that we're in right now with staffing, continue to try and send everything, or at least CC me and June on everything that's not invoices, so that we can try and make sure that we get that addressed as soon as we can. Once we're fully staffed, I'll let you all know so that everyone kind of has an idea of who to email and who's going to be taking over what responsibilities. So that's what's going on right now for staffing. Now funding, I spoke a little bit of this at Legislative Day and then previously at the last call. So to date, we still haven't received our fiscal 26 apportionment from FTA. The rumor is sounds like something might be coming out next week. So our fingers are crossed. Just as a recap, once the apportionment is received, then we will supplement everyone's agreements for fiscal 27. We're working on them now. Well, like I mentioned previously, so what we're doing is we're taking an average of the actual expenditures to, and then reducing those down to the number that we are anticipating getting from FTA. So once we have those, you'll see those come across. I'll let you all know. If you have any questions when you receive them, please make sure you respond to all, because I believe it'll be me and Jody and June on all those emails. So just we make sure that nothing gets dropped behind. The other questions I've been getting is on the funding formula. We did receive the funding formula tool from UNO recently. Originally, we had hoped to set up a meeting in February with a working group to go over that. But unfortunately, there's a lot that goes into that, so it's delayed in coming through. And then we're now short-staffed. So, somebody's not muted here. Mute. There we go. So it's still going to happen. It's just a matter of staffing right now. So my hope is that we get something set up by the end of the month with that working group, just to kind of go through it and get their input before anything's finalized. That funding formula wouldn't take place until fiscal 28. So we have a little bit of time there, but time flies over here. So we'd rather get everyone's input, get it reviewed, and kind of start finalizing that better sooner rather than later. So there is going to be more to come on that. Vehicles. So for those of you that were at Legislative Day, I did misspeak. The agreements are ready to go for those vehicles for fiscal 26. You haven't received them yet because we're waiting for the grant information from FTA. Once we have that grant approved from FTA, we'll plug those numbers in and shoot them out for everyone to sign off so we can order those vehicles. we've checked with FTA. We're kind of at their mercy right now as to when those grants are going to be approved. They've been in their queue for a little while yet, so I'm hoping we see something sooner rather than later. So you guys can anticipate those. I did get asked if you guys can start applying for vehicles. You can apply for a vehicle at any time. So if you guys want to submit vehicle application, go ahead and do that. We'll review those after fiscal 27 begins. So just know that. But yes, you are able to go in and submit them. We just did renewal on the vehicle contracts. So the vehicle contracts, I believe they're posting next week. So I think all the prices that you guys have seen are correct still. I think the increase on those has already taken place. So I don't think it's anything new to you, but once Cohen's back, we'll double check everything and make sure that it looks like it should. There wasn't much of an increase, so I don't think it's anything not as drastic as the last one. Let's see here. I did get a call about the website. Thank you for those two that did call me. I thought these recordings were going on the NDOT website, but I found out they're not readily available. You have to go onto the YouTube site, which is a little complex. So I will reach out to the web office and have them move those links to our website so you guys can access them a little easier. Because we're going to be putting Black Cat trainings out, I believe. So Black Cat, just a reminder, it's going to be the first week of June. They are going to be set up in a hybrid format. So if you guys want to come in person on the days that they get scheduled that first week of June, you're more than welcome to. Just if you can't, don't worry. We are going to set it up so you guys are able to jump on to a web-based meeting as well. My understanding is it's going to be a full day of training. We will have the Black Cat staff on site to walk anyone that's there through it. And then if we have trouble, they're here to help. So just an FYI, you'll see those once we confirm the locations and we have those scheduled, we will shoot out the invitations. I believe Black Cat might be either Black Cat or our BTSD staff will be sending those out. So I'll be CC'd on it, so you'll be able to recognize it, but they were going to send out those, I believe. So I'll keep you posted. Right now we're focusing on in-person locations would be in Lincoln, Kearney, and then Scottsbluff. So we're going to try and get 3 out on either side and in the middle of the state. With this, note that as of July 1st, any remaining fiscal 26 invoices will need to be submitted via Black Cat. So just know that going in. That's where that Black Cat training is kind of timed for that June 1st timeframe. So hopefully if you guys run through the training and there's any like issues you're running into, they're right there to help you as you start submitting those. My perfect world, that's how that training is going to work. I'm not quite sure yet. We're supposed to be debriefed on the training here in the next couple of weeks as to what to expect. So, and then let's see here. Triennial reviews for fiscal 25. If you had a fiscal 25 triennial review completed, we are working on those reports. With George's departure this week, and we're trying to backfill those positions, those are on my queue. So I'm trying to get to them as soon as possible. We've been prioritizing invoice reviews right now so that those don't fall behind. As soon as I get those finalized and ready to go, you'll see them in your queue. So just know that I haven't forgotten about them. We will be getting them out. My goal is to make sure that they all get shot out by the end of April. So fingers crossed. Let's see here. I think that's everything that was on my list. The vehicle application link on the portal does not open a new application. Okay.
It's just going to grayed out, Sarah. It doesn't open to start a new application when you click on it.
And I don't think Clay, are you on here? He's not. Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah.
If it's just on my end, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm preparing to get one going in, but I can't start it.
It doesn't even open to let you fill it out?
Yeah, when you click on it, you go to new applications, and I go to vehicle application, and okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. I will let him know so he can get that fixed. Is anybody else having trouble with that? Okay. I will, Kurt, I'll talk to him and I'll shoot you an email after I get off the phone with him.
Hey, okay. Curtis, I had that problem also, but then it actually, didn't open it so you could enter the info, but it saved it to where you can enter it in. So it's probably in as a draft.
Okay, well, let me check on that and I'll let you know, Sarah.
Check it anyway. Yep.
Either way, I'll have Clay look at it and make sure.
Okay.
Hey, Sarah,
Yes.
it's Keita with Hitch and Hay. Would whoever's moderating want to let Larry in? He's on the other computer.
There isn't another one. Hold on. Oh, he probably used the wrong. If he didn't accept the new meeting invitation, then he's in the old meeting invite. Let me forward it to him.
I don't have anything in my draft vehicle applications, Sarah, so whatever Clay can get working, I'd appreciate it.
Yep, I will talk to him. All right, Keita, that was sent.
Thank you,
Right. The only other note that June just reminded me of, for those fiscal 26 invoices, just keep an eye on your remaining funds. If you run out of state or federal, whichever, still make sure that you're submitting your invoices, because we do have to report all of that to NTD. So just as a reminder on that, if something's not operating like we're not doing any updates to the portal. So if something's not operating, oh, there we go. If something's not operating or it's not working correctly, let me know. I'll get a hold of Clay. He's going to fix it until we can get transitioned. So just keep me posted. June, is there anything else that I'm missing on our end? Or do you guys have any other questions?
Yeah, not for me. I think you covered everything we talked about.
I had a question when you talked about the funding. Could you clarify that again? You said that after the 26 is done, then 27 will be coming with the reductions. Is that the reductions you said from actual? Is that from our actual 2026 or reductions from what we had budgeted for fiscal year 27?
It's going to be an average of your actual expenditures over the last couple of years. So that's where those numbers are going to come from. And then we'll reduce those down. So you'll see them once we get, like I said, we're working on them right now. We're starting to work on them right now, just into anticipation of the apportionment coming through. So once we get them, we'll send them out. So when you get them, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. But we just don't know what to expect with FTA right now. They did close out NTD I believe it was last week or the week before. So usually once we get that closeout letter, it's usually a couple weeks from then that we start to see the apportionment come out.
It's just a clarification. It'll be your actuals for fiscal year 25 since 26 is not complete.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you're thinking we're going to have to reduce from 25 based on on the apportionments from FTA?
I don't know. We don't have the 26 apportionment yet.
Okay. Because if you want, I've got a few minutes I could talk to you about our meetings with NDC, Tammy from Florence when I went down. Had meetings with.
Go for it.
Just legislative assistance for Representative Smith, Don Bacon. We met with staff from Senator Fisher and Senator Ricketts' office, kind of put forth some of CTAA's legislative priorities. And then we talked about some of the issues we're experiencing in Nebraska with the rapid growth and how we're kind of outpacing available funding and, basically asking for at least to maintain the funding that they had and potentially grow it if possible, and then maybe move some of those funds around. The one that CTA brought up was states on an average get only about $4 million for buses and facilities. That's at the 5339 or whatever it falls under, and they're trying to get that increased because between the cost of a facility or any updates to a facility and the cost of buses, that just doesn't go very far, as you guys probably are well aware. So, you know, they seemed receptive that they were going to take that information back to our delegates, you know, the senators and representatives, and push hard for hopefully some increased funding. But obviously, with all the things going on right now, who knows where we are. But just a thought, and I would encourage, if it's within NDOT's budget next year, potentially send someone to that to meet with the representatives too, because there were quite a few small urban folks there. I would say a fair number of 5311 agencies, but there were they did 110 meetings that day with representatives and senators. So got a lot of people in front of them kind of advocating for funding for us. So just wanted to share that with you guys.
And Kurt, I didn't catch it. You said, I know, I heard Fisher. Who else did you guys meet with?
We went to Senator Fisher, Senator Ricketts. Adrian Smith is 3rd District Congressman, and Don Bacon's office. So we get 2 of the 3 congressmen.
Good to know. Good.
And if you don't ask for more, the answer is always no, right?
Probably. Any other questions or anything else anyone wants to discuss? I wish I had more to go over, but
Yeah, I don't know if I missed it. I was having technical difficulties right at the very beginning, Sarah, but you had talked about contracts were renewed for the vehicles. Do you have any update on that Ram ProMaster van?
So as far, I'm waiting. So it sounds like it still hasn't gone, it has not been approved through the Altoona test. So it has to go through the Altoona testing before you can before we can order it or put it out for bid. So once I find out that it's passed the Altoona testing, and they can start construction on those, then we can put the bid out for vendors to bid on. So we're just waiting on that. I am having Cohen work with operations just to get a head start on the transits. I mean, we still have another year to this year, and then I believe we have one more additional year that we can renew them. But my goal is to get kind of an a la carte. I know that many of you don't like the dually tires in the back, so I'm trying to get it set up so that you guys can decide which one you guys want, and then kind of just other options that a few of you have brought up since I've been on board. So we're working on that. Our contact over in operations is pretty familiar with us. He's actually going to be retiring soon. So I've asked Cohen to try and get that ready to go as soon as he can so that we can get that out for bid. So that's kind of where we are. I really want those lowered Ford Dodge to come through because I like the ramps on those, because I know many of you are frustrated with the ramp issues. So and just for those of you that maybe haven't been here, the Dodge, it's a lowered floor. It's almost the size of one of the Ford Transits right now. The only difference is it's a rollout ramp, kind of similar to what's in the lowered floor minivans, compared to the electric lift that you'll find in the buses and the transits right now. So just kind of getting those electronics out of the way. I did hear from Masters that on those small buses, it sounds like they're not going to be the manual doors. It sounds like are being timed out, and they're going to electric doors with a button. So I'm waiting for more information on that too. I don't know if it's going to affect our current contract or if that's something that basically they just wouldn't bid on if we have the manual on there anymore. So once I find out a little bit more about those, I'll keep you guys posted. But many of you have expressed you didn't want the electric door with the button because it's just another thing to break. So I don't think if we're gonna have a choice.
Any other updates on the body on chassis as far as you talked about the a la carte, like we had talked about some of the things we could potentially add on, like the head signs for those that run routes or the intercity buses, and a couple of the other things we had talked about. Sarah, is there any progress in that or movement on that?
It's all in the notes that Cohen and operations are working through. So just depends on what we can and can't get in there. So once I have it, I can let you know once I get it back.
Okay. I just, from what I've experienced, it's going to be much cheaper to get those options added as they're being built than to retrofit them. So, and it would definitely help those of us that are, like I said, the routes and the inner city folks with those head signs, so people can know which bus they're looking for.
And I know the Metro folks, they have requested a few other additions as well. Same with Grand Island. The Crane folks, they've asked for a few other options on that a la carte. So everything that you guys have sent me has been sent to Cohen, and so he's supposed to be working through all those options with them. So if we can't get something, I'll let you know. Or at least when we get the draft, I'm happy to show it to you before it goes out to bid. But those usually take a little bit to get together, so I'm guessing it's gonna be probably about 4 months before I see something.
Sarah?
Yep.
Hey, we've been approached, Kurt has brought up intercity bus a few times. We're just wondering where we're going to be at with state funding for an intercity bus through 29. We didn't see anything. I said we've been approached by a couple of people wondering after review of the STIP if there's going to be any state portion of funding for intercity bus services.
For private,
Yes.
no.
Okay.
We've responded to them too. I'm guessing they probably are just emailing everyone with an intercity bus, but yes, so if they're private, they wouldn't have access to the state match funds.
Okay, but what about for public or nonprofit entities?
So like one of our 5311s, yeah.
Okay, we didn't see anything in the STIP for it.
It wouldn't
the
show
state-
up on this. It wouldn't show up on there.
Okay, where would they be able to find it?
It's not, it's the same thing every time. The STIP is the federal stuff, so
Okay.
what you're looking, it hasn't changed. It's the same number.
Okay,
It'd be under the legislation, the 2-year biennium budget that transit gets.
I guess we didn't see it there either. So,
I think we can look for it and pull it.
okay. Would you be able to email that to me?
If I can look for it.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Mhm. Any other questions that you guys want to go over? George's last day is Friday. He's on here, so this is the last quarterly call. You guys will all see him. Golf course here very soon.
Is George retiring?
Yep.
Aw. I did have one more question. Has anybody been affected by the fires? I mean, as far as their services, their system hours, anything of that nature, their operations in their areas or communities?
So far, we haven't. We've been fortunate.
Yeah, you've had quite a series of events in your area, Renee, just as we have. We're a little tired, but yeah.
Yeah, we on Friday, Garden County actually suspended services going to North Platte just because of all the fire breakouts. to Scottsbluff. We kept local, so we really cut down our service on Friday, but we are back up and running like normal now.
Yeah. That's good to know. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
Sarah, we got in just a little late at the beginning. Could you discuss, do you know if the budget for fiscal year 27 is going to be reduced?
As far as like what the difference between what you got in 26 compared to 27, not yet. We're working through them now. Some I don't know. I truly don't know. We're, like I said, we're working on it now just because we haven't seen the apportionment, so we're just kind of going off based of what we would received last year. So no, I don't have those numbers done yet.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Well, I don't have anything else for you. We will we'll send everything out once we get the Black Cat details. So like I said, it's either going to be I think it's going to be from the BTSD folks, unless they have me send it out, which I'm hoping they let me do that, just so you guys it gets in your inbox, doesn't go to your spam. So once we get that stuff scheduled, that's pretty vital. So like I said, there's gonna be 3 in-person locations across the state, and then it will be set up as a hybrid option. So each invite will be sent to everyone. So if you're wondering, well, why am I getting a Lincoln invite when I'm located in Scottsbluff? It's just across the board. Plus, if you're unable to make any of the meeting times on one day, but you can jump on the WebEx for another time, we're just trying to be as flexible as we can so that it fits everyone's schedule. So just be on the lookout for those. And then once we get the apportionment, we'll start finalizing things and getting some stuff out to you guys. So I will get a hold of Kurt on that vehicle application and see what's going on there and let you know when he has it fixed.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Well, thank you all. If anyone runs into any issues with the fires or anything, just send me a note, me and June a note, just so we know if anything changes. I'll put a note in the file just in case it changes any of your NTD numbers for that time frame. But otherwise, everyone have a good week.
Good luck, George. Congratulations.
Enjoy your retirement, George.
I keep
Thank
telling
you.
him I'll be quiet and just bait the hooks if he'll take me with him, but he won't.
It's been fun.
3
Thank you.
years.
Bye, George.
Okay.
George.
Bye.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yep. Bye, everyone.